I believe we've talked about this at a earlier office hours, but I know not everybody attends every session. So just as a recap, we are taking our existing add-on distribution and management flows for developers and moving them into the Express home experience. So the workflow where you go to, create an add-on, container in Express, get your unique subdomain, create a private link, and then ultimately submit that add-on to Adobe. That's all being moved out of the editor. So you will no longer have to create a document just to access those flows. And it'll move into an experience within Express Home so that it's more centralized. And also the UI is going to be more of a full page, and it's been redesigned really beautifully by our designer here, Steph, which first of all should just look and feel a lot nicer for the existing capabilities, but it also allows us to further scale that experience. And over time, it'll be much easier for us to add more functionality and more things that developers can do with their add-ons in that experience. So with that, I will share my screen, and hopefully you can see Express.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So firstly, just in terms of navigation, how you get to this point, you'll see that there, next week, actually, when we release this, you'll see that in Express Home, there is a new add-on icon in the left-hand rail. Clicking this will bring you actually not only to the add-on development section, but you'll see that there is also a top navigation on this page that will say add-ons. This is going to be our new marketplace experience that is also going to be releasing at the same time. The marketplace will be public to all end users, but specifically for developers who have their add-on development setting turned on, you will also see the option to navigate to your in-development add-ons. So that's what we're looking at right now. And of course, this should look relatively familiar, right? Like this should look essentially like what you've been doing thus far in the Express editor. But now, again, you won't have to actually open up a document to access these workflows. You can access them from home, all in one centralized place. So all of the workflows for the most part are going to stay the same. Like you can create a new add-on container. Just do a quick demo. Oh, no special characters. There we go. You can still create your add-on container. And now, instead of opening in a modal, you have this nicer version of the real estate where it takes over actually the entire page and you can navigate throughout. But it's all the same functionality that you have been using within the editor thus far. So you still get all of your resources, your add-on URL, the ability to create a private link, the ability to create a public link, and of course your add-on insights. This is a relatively new feature, so just a quick reminder, if you haven't been taking advantage of insights, you can access this today, even in the old version of, the existing version of these workflows. You can access your insights today, but they will be laid out here in the new version when that releases next week. Just to go over in a little bit more detail, we will be laying out the details of the private link in a little bit more of an intuitive way where you can further edit the details of the private link after you've created one. You can promote it to a public listing if one has not been created. In this case, I've already created a public link. So just to show a little bit how this works, the public listing also gets a little bit more real estate where you can see the listing side by side with the preview and actually just scroll through the entire form to complete all the sections that you need to fill in as part of your listing. And the nice thing is, as you update your listing, it will actually dynamically populate the preview on the right-hand side here. So you can see I just re-uploaded my icon, and it immediately repopulates the preview that I'm seeing on the right so that I can actually see in real time how my listing is going to look to end users. So again, it's all the same fields that you're going to be filling out just like before, just all laid out in one single form that you scroll through. And we do have this handy jump to section where you can jump to specific parts and navigate throughout this long form if you need to. And when you're done, when you fill everything out, this submit for review button will light up. And just like before, this will be the way that you submit your add-ons to the Adobe team for review. So that is the basics. The one other thing that I will call out is that when you have the settings tab open for a given add-on, we still provide an easy link for you to get to your testing environment. Testing a locally connected add-on will still happen through the editor. So if you follow this link, it will take you right into the editor and allow you to connect to your development server. But in this little developer panel in the editor, you no longer will have the ability to have that mobile experience for distributing your add-ons. Instead, the manage add-ons link will take you back to this home experience here. So that's pretty much it. That's the overview. Again, it's all going to be the same steps, all the same general workflows that you use today. We're not adding any new capabilities per se, but we are redesigning all of these workflows and putting them in home. So we wanted to give everybody a preview of what that's going to look like so that when this releases next week, you'll know to go to Express Home, find the add-on tab, and complete any management or any submission that you have to do from there. And that's pretty much it. Happy to take any questions. So actually, let me share my screen again. So for the actual testing workflow itself, that you can still access through the editor like normal. That isn't specifically changing in terms of how you'll access it. So, right. So this developer panel, you will still have the toggle on and off for add-on testing. You can access this workflow in the editor without having to go to home at all. You don't even have to have an add-on container or any listings created yet. You can still access this add-on testing toggle at any point and connect to your local development server and refresh exactly how you're doing today. The only point that I was trying to make with that is that we link between the home experience and the Express editor to make it easy to move between the two as you move through your workflow. But you don't have to do anything in a particular order per se. You can still go straight to the editor, toggle on add-on settings however you want, and this testing workflow works exactly as it does today. All right. Well, if you do end up having any questions or feedback as you actually start using this next week and basically migrate to the new version, definitely feel free to contact me in Discord or through any of our developer experience teammates. We are very happy to take your feedback and continue to iterate on things however we can. And we look forward to continuing to actually build on the developer experience once we've completed this redesign and, like I say, actually add new features to it, remove some of the pain points that exist now that we have it in a more scalable version of itself, I guess. So thank you guys for taking the time to write about this today.